All right, so today's activity is to get that bar off so I can get the panel out, because when I was thinking about copying that side onto the board, I realized this panel doesn't go as far back, so I needed this one to make sure the panel fits. But that's okay. We will get that sorted out and cut. Now today is supposed to be a little cooler today, and tomorrow we're supposed to get rain. So my goal is to get this done, cut, and at least then I can be able to work on the inside while it's raining. And so hopefully it doesn't take that long. So I guess first thing is I need to move this mess to that side. So I need to vacuum up all that loose crap, get it all cleaned up. That way I have a place to put this stuff. I guess we better get on that. And yesterday when I was measuring stuff, I measured up off the floor and everything for this, but now this is in direct line, so every time you can see where the mark is. So now every time I close the door, it rubs on this, so I'm gonna have to put something over the top of the wire just to protect it. But I'll need to make sure I mark this area off, so when I'm building out all of the electrical stuff, that none of it's gonna be interfered with. All right. Okay, so we got our pile of tools moved from one side to the other. I got the Phillips screws out. Now the next thing to do is drill this out, but it's time to run to the hospital to see the wife this morning. So I'll be back in about an hour and a half or so. Then we can get that out, and then that paddle's ready to come out. I also drew a line around this bracket. You can see I want to make sure I have plenty of room to make that plywood fit in there. But you can see here we have a pretty decent 1-inch gap, so I'll have to make sure I compensate for that when I am tracing that out on the panel, because if I put the edge there, then it's going to throw the wheel arch off. So I'll double check all my measurements before I put that together. All right, well, I made it home from visiting the wife. Now it's time to knock this out. I'm still in the shade, so the quicker I get this out of here, the better. We've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 14 of these pop rivets to drill out, and then I will have to take out a couple of these upper screws to give myself enough flexibility to pull this lower panel out, but should be fairly easy. All right, so off we go. Okay, well, that came out a lot easier than the other one. I do have the pop rivet there at the top and the bottom are still in, but all the other ones came out when I drilled through, so I only have 2 to worry about. So, but we'll go ahead and get this piece cut. We'll lay this on top of the wood, we'll cut it. Since it was butted right up against this edge, this is gonna be our straight edge that we're gonna get all our measurements off of, because it was right up against the corner there. They had it actually siliconed in place. So we're going to use that, and then we'll measure our 65 inches from that corner back, and hopefully everything lines up. That is the goal, because the less I have to take it in and out, the better. So we'll get it cut, we'll make sure the test fit works, then we will put it behind after we get the pop rivets in, or the rib nuts in, and then we should be pretty good to go. Okay, so like I said, I left it 4 feet wide, so but it looks like it's pretty much fitted there. There's a little bow in the van, so I'm using my foot here to hold it up, but everything else looks like it should be just fine. I went ahead and screwed the white plastic sheet to the plywood. That'll just make everything easier if I was going to have to make any adjustments, but it looks pretty good. So the next thing I need to do is go ahead and pull this out so I can put the pop rivet or rib nuts in, and then we can screw everything down. But we have clearance around that thing, and I come over here and push. I got a pretty good bit of clearance here, and since this board is going to go behind the white sheet, we should be fine right here as well. Perfect. Okay, well, we're going to set that aside for a minute. We are going to clean up our outside tools and take a little break out of the heat. It's starting to get warm. Even though it's a little cooler today, I'm still feeling it. My blood sugar today was 457, which could be adding to the problem of me being so out of it. The heat and high blood sugar really will kick your ass. Okay, so I got all the rib nuts in. I came back from the hospital. As you can see, it's dark out, but it's still really nice weather. I prefer to work in this weather. It's a little cooler. So I got all that done. Now I got to grab the plywood sheet and the plastic sheeting, and then we'll slide it in here, and hopefully all my bolts line up, because if you look, that's a rib nut right there. It's hard to see, but they are. So hopefully everything goes as planned, and should go smoothly. All right, let's get this done so I can rest a little while before bedtime. All right, so we got those all in except for these two, because apparently when I bought the 20 bolts, 2 of them were the wrong pitch. So these are supposed to be 1/4 by 20, and the ones that, the 2 extras that I got are fine thread. So I'll have to pick up 2 more in the morning, but other than that, we should be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the small screws like these guys back in here in the upper, and we're gonna call it a night. So thanks for watching.